Hi, Phil Schoenberg, Fastpitch Power. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the load and pre-motion phase in the delivery of a windmill pitch. We touched on it a little bit when we talked in the last post about the transition phase, reach, track, fire, and drive, the series of drills that takes you from your fundamentals back to the 8-foot circle. If you're watching the College World Series and the Super Regionals, you're going to see as many different loads and pre-motions as there are pitchers. The objective of the load and the pre-motion is to get you as aggressively and relaxed off that pitching rubber and into power K position, which is where your pitch begins. So the load and the pre-motion are very important. And the two components, main components of the load and the pre-motion are getting your body into a position like I'm getting ready to run a race. Anybody who has run a race against another individual knows that the starter is going to say, on your mark, which in the case of a windmill pitcher is the pitching rubber, get set, and then go. So when we come exploding off of the pitching rubber because we've done on your mark, get set. This is the load phase. For a right-hand pitcher, I want all my weight in my drive foot so I can push that pitching rubber backwards and get aggressively off the pitching rubber, landing as close to the batter as I possibly can without mechanical breakdown, and making sure that I keep my drive foot, right foot for a right-hand pitcher, left foot for a left-hand pitcher, on the ground the whole time I am gliding forward. So when I load, again, I want all of my weight in my drive foot, and pick my stride foot up, and I want to come reaching out for my target and glide as far as I can off the pitching rubber, landing in balanced power K position, firing and driving through. When I do my pre-motion, which gets me to my load phase, that is very important because it gives you some rhythm. And when I talk about rhythm, it's similar to when you see a batter standing in the batter's box doing this. Okay? That's pre-motion. It's keeping me nice and relaxed. If I'm standing in the batter's box holding my bat like this, and a pitch comes in at 65 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden I want to swing at it, I am not going to have any chance of getting my bat head to that ball with any kind of power and consistency. So I stand in the batter's box and I'm staying nice and loose. When the pitcher goes into her pre-motion, then I'm going to load. Some people do foot up, foot down. Some people just rock back a little bit. Load, explode. You want to get some kind of rhythm and timing so that you're not standing stiffly on the pitching rubber and just go and walk off the pitching rubber, and explode out toward home plate. So my pre-motion can be any number of different methods, and you're going to see them all. Some will look like a Major League Baseball pitcher. They'll go into a windup, they'll bring their hand back, a backswing, and they will have all their weight loaded into their drive foot, like we just discussed, and come exploding out off that pitching rubber, landing in power K. Some will do what we call a slide step, which is starting with your feet wide apart, bringing your hands into the middle of your body as you slide your drive foot over toward the middle of the pitching rubber, just a timing mechanism to keep you relaxed and moving and giving you the ability to drive that pitching rubber backwards as you aggressively come off that pitching rubber, reaching, tracking, and again, landing in power K. A lot of pitchers use a backswing, a lot of pitchers do not. Now, I'm not a tremendous fan of a backswing because, again, pitch begins here, power K. So whatever it is that you can do in your pre-motion and load and your movement off the pitching rubber to get you to power K as quickly and effectively and aggressively as possible without mechanical breakdown seems to me the best way to start the movement toward power K and the delivery of your pitch. So a backswing would look something like this. Now my hand is going behind me, and some pitchers feel like that gives them momentum and speed as they come up the front side of the circle. One of the things that can lead to, and you have to be careful of if you like doing a backswing, is what we call pre-tracking. As you swing your arm back, you turn your body, and then you are not going to be doing a full arm circle. Your pitching hand is going to be generally coming out the side instead of coming up the front side of the circle with your glove hand and then continuing around the arm circle after both hands reach the front of your body, already square and facing your target. So as I load here, bringing both my hands into the middle of my body and then come off the pitching rubber, I'm able to reach and track without pre-tracking. So there are many different ways to come off the pitching rubber. It's important to remember that the critical movement is getting you to power K, because power K is where your pitch begins. Whatever you need to do to get there in a balanced and athletic position consistently without bending, leaning, twisting, collapsing, making sure that you are vertically stacked and balanced when you land, is going to be an effective way to come off that pitching rubber. The load is extremely important because we want to get off that pitching rubber as far as we can, because it's an advantage to the pitcher to be closer to the batter. The pre-motion is critical because it keeps you relaxed and it gives you rhythm. It doesn't have you starting your movement from a dead stop where there's a lot of tension and there's a lot of stiffness, and all of those kinds of things are going to rob you of maximum speed and command. I hope that this has been useful. We'd love to hear your comments. What do you use as a pre-motion? What do you use as a load? Please let us know if you have any questions. Talk to you next time.